Brandon Neely is a proud 2000 graduate of Southview High School. During high school, Brandon truly epitomized student athletes. He was a 3-time letter winner in football, 2 times in basketball, and first team all-county and honorable mention in football, and also participated in baseball. Brandon also earned National Honor Society status as a Saint. Many of Brandon's fondest high school memories stem from his senior year on the football team, because that way was a summary of his 18 years of growing up in Lorain. It's a group of people from different racial, economical backgrounds learning daily to live and thrive together. We were not the most talented team, and we were far from perfect. Our final record was 5-5, but we learned 2 of the most important lessons from high school. Learning not just to coexist with varied background, but to actually see we all dealt with the same struggles, regardless of our neighborhood or ethnicity. We also learned to be persistent and persevere when things were not going our way. Despite what would be considered an average record, we all continued to show up. I'm sure we lost 1 or 2 players throughout the season, but 99% showed up every day for each other and for a shared goal. I learned that persistence and perseverance was about one simple thing: showing up every day. Following high school, Brandon went to Oberlin College, where he played football and earned a BA. He then graduated from the Iowa State Police Academy in 2006. He would work as a special agent in the Iowa Department of Public Safety and as a member of the Iowa State Police. He would conduct criminal and gaming regulatory investigation of casinos in Iowa. Brandon also participated in the Criminal Investigator Training Program at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in 2008. That same year, he would complete the Special Agent Training course for the United States Secret Service. From 2008 to 2016, he served as Special Agent in the U.S. Secret Service in the Springfield, Illinois office. During this time, he conducted complex criminal investigations and physical protection with 16 counties in Iowa and Illinois. He would also develop and implement 45 presidential candidate and head of state protective visits. He served on the Protective Advance Team for the 2016 Republican National Convention in Cleveland, Ohio. From 2016 through 2022, Brandon was a special agent in the Presidential Protective Division, where he served as protective detail for Presidents Donald Trump and Joseph Biden and family. He also served as lead transportation advance for the 2021 presidential inauguration and was a lead protective advance for President Biden's trip to Lorain in 22. Currently, Brandon works for the Chevron Corporation as a security advisor. Before Brandon was protecting our nation's leaders, he was also proud to mention that he served as a building substitute at Whittier Middle School and was on the varsity coaching staff at Southview. Brandon resides in Northern California with his wife, Jennifer Andres. Please welcome Brandon Neely to the Lorain Alumni Associated Distinguished Hall of Fame. And we had a video that doesn't work, so we're going to ask Mom Sue to come up and say a couple words. Surprise.
I'll play that.
Okay, we've got talkies coming up.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, I will accept this as for my son. We all just got back from Mexico, and my daughter got married. And as some of you know, my husband passed away a couple years ago, so he wasn't able to be here. And I'm sure he would be proud as I am for Brandon to receive this today. So go ahead.
Hopefully this will work.
Hello. First off, I would like to thank the Alumni Association for this award. It is truly humbling to not only be considered, but to be provided a Distinguished Alumni Award. I'd also like to congratulate the rest of the class of 2023, all of which are far more deserving and distinguished than I am. After I graduated high school from Lorain Southview in 2000, I went to Oberlin College where I got my 4-year degree. After graduating from Oberlin, I served the Iowa State Police for 3 years, and then I went on to the United States Secret Service. For the last 6 years, I was on the President's detail, serving President Trump and President Biden. All of those things could not have been made possible without the extreme level of love and support from my parents. Just like other kids in Lorain, we were not financially well off. My parents did not have a lot of money and extra money for that, but at no point growing up did myself or my sister ever feel those financial struggles. We often asked for a new pair of shoes. We didn't get the new pair of Jordans that we wanted, but we got a new pair of shoes to go to school. We didn't get the nicest of clothes, probably got something off the sale rack, but we did get some new clothes every year. And you know, looking back, it were those sacrifices that my parents made every week, every month, every year, so that I could be the best student and person that I could be. You know, the other thing looking back at Lorain was the extreme level of love and support from my friends in Lorain. You know, a lot of people in Lorain have very, very different paths in their life. You know, but where I was very, very fortunate and lucky were that all of my friends supported my personal goals unconditionally. These are friends that didn't go to college. These are friends that maybe did not have the same professional aspirations that I did, but at no point did they ever look at me to sacrifice my personal goals to continue a friendship with them. If anything, it was the exact opposite. There were many situations growing up that I maybe shouldn't have been in, that they told me themselves that, Brandon, you are better than this, that you have a brighter future, that you need to keep yourself out of any type of trouble to continue the path that you should be on. And I always look back at that and look back at what true friends are. True friends do not ask you to sacrifice your personal goals as a quantifier for their friendship. If anything, they're pushing you and supporting you to be the best person that you could be. So to all the parents out there of Lorain City School, kids, to all the friends out there, just don't underestimate that level of love, support, and encouragement that you can give to someone every single day. You know, looking back and calling me distinguished, why I say I don't think I'm distinguished, because in my mind I just showed up for work every day and tried to do my best. Sometimes better than others, but I kept showing up, because anytime something got difficult, I look back at the sacrifices that my parents made, and it didn't seem difficult. It paled in comparison to the sacrifice that they made. Anytime I thought about quitting or training got too hard, or an assignment overseas got too difficult, I thought back to all my friends that looked me in the face and said, Brandon, you're better than that. That don't lower yourself to anyone. And that made me push through and understand that there were people all over Lorain that invested in me personally, and that all I wanted to do was make them proud and have a return on their personal investment. So just remember that no one fails on their own and no one succeeds on their own. Thank you. Have a great day.